Hey there, and welcome back to Arlin Plays EarthBound. Last time we defeated the mighty Kraken, and this time it's time to finally explore the desert. So, onward. Okay, sudden change of music, and suddenly I get the feeling we're going to be suffering from sunstroke. Also, there's a hint guy chilling out here. Fortunately, I know exactly where I'm going. We are going to the pyramid, and that is well, something that's going to be dead shortly. The Great Crested Buka. It did not look nearly this purple in the overmap, but that's okay. Bash away, because we have a free turn, we can probably take him. Yes, Pooh, hit it with your hand of justice. Or Paula can just, crack it over the head of the frying pan, that's also efficient. 1-4 trauma to the skull, strikes again. Why hello there, sir. I sell water to those who are thirsty. It's expensive, though. Well, yes it is, but we have plenty of money. Yes, I do. Let's get some for Pooh. Because Pooh could always use some water. It is kind of strange that he says you changed your mind. Like, I guess he's thinking that because he warns that it's expensive? I don't know. The price of things is determined by the relationship between supply and demand. You kids are pretty sharp to be able to understand this theory so well. I don't think that has anything to do with it, but sure. Alright, so here we are. And I don't actually offhand remember what the combo is here, so hieroglyph copy. To fight against the invaders, we built this pyramid fortress. However, our efforts were futile, and we lost. Nonetheless, our pyramid was protected by the gods of Scaraba. The invaders will be reborn every millennium and will attack again. Even now, the invaders hide beyond space and time to build their evil stronghold. A place out of time is beyond the dark, and is even farther beyond the lost underworld. The deep darkness is shrouded. It is without light. The only one with the Hawkeye can pierce the dark. The Sphinx now watches over everything, waiting for the coming of a truly brave hero. Okay. So then... Alright, so... 1. Are you a thief, a warrior, or one who has come to see my majesty? You must decide what you really are. Therefore, what will you do? I'm gonna go here. And then here. Over here. And then there. That's not nearly as much of a dance as I would have thought, but that's okay. Warriors, enter now. Search for the Hawkeye. What, Dad? No. Maybe if you paid me a proper allowance instead of just depositing money every time I beat a hippie over the head with a bat, maybe this wouldn't happen. But no, clearly your fault. The beautiful UFO. I question their judgment here, but that's okay. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna spy on you, because I don't actually know what you do. Excellent move there. Your tactical decision was sound. And apparently Jeff was just taking a break, because he clearly wasn't needed. Kraken soup, or Kraken soup. And apparently we get to sweat it out here while he makes his entrance. As he does. Pictures taken instantaneously. I'm a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Okay, get ready for an instant memory. Look at the camera. Ready? Say, Fuzzy Pickles. Wow, what a great photograph. It will always bring back the fondest of memories. And away he goes. That mysterious hatted man. Also bugs. Oh god, spitters! Alright, let's see. I'm gonna set them on fire because clearly spiders don't like fire. Yes. I'm not just making that up, clearly. And apparently I'm not just making that up. They really don't like fire. I would feel bad for the spiders, but they asked for it. By attacking Jeff mercilessly with their fangs. I can't help but notice that the background for this has jumped to darker colors. I mean, I know it darkens a bit when it gets to the end there, but still, I'll keep an eye out for other things. Okay, so they've got little hieroglyph things on the walls in addition to what will become enemies. And of course it didn't spoil anything. The fierce shattered man. Alright, you know what? We're gonna paralyze the crap out of you because I have PP to spare. And Paula, you know what? We're just gonna have you bash and save your PP for somebody that's actually a challenge. Dun dun dun! Because I remember you. See, you shouldn't have given me the opportunity to take out your buddies in the museum. Otherwise, I might not know these things. Of course, I would know them pretty quickly because Jeff is amazing, but nevertheless. Okay, that's interesting. The pattern actually in the background gives an indication of walls, or at least of something resembling walls with a perspective trick. That's actually kind of cool. Did not know that. And now we are getting attacked by the hieroglyphs on the walls. The Guardian hieroglyph came after you. I don't even know where to begin with this one, so I'm going to spy on it and see what it does. Aside from apparently taking decent damage from that. Vulnerable to fire and hypnosis. You know, fire is really not that helpful against a single opponent. Also, poor Jeff. Do I have the HP sucker? I do. HP sucker. There we go, that's much better. And then we defeated him, so life was wonderful once again. Gaining levels is good! Alright, let's see. So, actually, let's give this over to Jeff, so that he has something that he can use. Ness opened the casket. Ta-da! There's a viper inside! Ness takes it. Yes. Let's just shove a live viper into our backpack. This won't backfire at all. Oh heavens no. Soup made from the fin of the sea monster known as Kraken. This beast lives in the ocean off the shore of Summers. Very expensive, but a sizable power boost is guaranteed. Okay, so we got something rare from that beautiful UFO. Don't know how rare, but apparently it'll be tasty for everyone but Pooh. Okay, so now we've got a lethal asp hieroglyph. Yeah, I didn't actually know until well after I first started playing this game that an asp is a type of snake. It's just one of those things where I thought we just made up a word. But, as I find now, that happens less and less. Or at least it doesn't really happen as often as you would think in this game, considering how bizarre some of these things are. Apparently I can't suck the life out of it. Well, that's a shame. I guess we'll just have to bludgeon it to death. Well, that was quick. Okay, see, this one doesn't actually have the sort of wall effect to it. I mean, they all are using a very similar color scheme for the battle background, but the pattern is very different. And it's kind of interesting that they have the one that's the Shattered Man be kind of a wall-like background, or make it seem like you're going through this hallway that you generally fight them in. Oh no, Pooh can't move. I guess I'd better crit him in the... well, he doesn't really have a face. Crit him in the tongue, I guess. I will crit you in the ink. Huh. What the? Okay, so that's a little strange. Petrified Royal Guard. Nest, use that Viper, because why not? Paula, we're gonna have you defend for this round. Jeff Spy, and Pooh. What do we want you to do? I'll also have you defend so we can see what the hell's going on. Vulnerable to paralysis. Good to know. Okay. Well, apparently he is also vulnerable to paralysis, so this shouldn't take long now. Hooray for saving my PP. Although this could take forever if I do that. I may actually want to burn some PP on the two that can actually recover it. Not a bad idea, actually. Let's go ahead and burn a little bit. I'll use PSI. Something. Freeze, yes. That's the one. Okay, he still takes alright damage, but it's not great. Yeah, this might take a bit. Still, I've done a good chunk of damage, so I mean, he should be wearing down. There we go. And this one also didn't have the wall thing in the background. Okay. Didn't realize that there was an area up here, though, because I usually always wander off to the right, and I never really explore beyond that, so I'm going to rectify that right now. Let loose a hacking cough, and Ness caught a cold. Oh no! Not a 4 HP of damage per tick. Damage over time. That didn't even come into play. Yes. Alright, you know what? Pooh, you get to heal him, because, you know what? You're the noob. Noob gets to wipe my nose. That's how this works. Okay, so we've got another one of these things. Let's freeze him, because I can. Pop. Apparently he is quite agile. Imagine, and he hits like a truck. Good to know. Alright, come on. Finish him. There we go. Okay, so we have a series of thematic enemies. We actually don't have very many things that are all that quirky for this area. I mean, at least all things considered. We've got something that appears to be a coffin, though. Petrified Royal Guard, again. Well, in that case, there's only one thing to do. Hit them with the lightning, repeatedly. Yes, because that makes sense. Also, apparently need to get rid of that HP sucker, because, oddly enough, I have something better. Pop. Wow, Paula got lucky. Excellent job. Apparently, even while he cannot move, he can use PSI. That's good to know, though. I wasn't actually aware that that was the case. I mean, I guessed that was the case, but usually it stopped me from doing things. Alright, now let's take out this lethal asp. And once that's taken care of... And there goes damage to Paula. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna have to get some healing on her in a minute here. Alright. Yeah, Paula, let's see. Let's have you bash, because he can't do anything anyway. However, Pooh, you will be using life up, because, well, honestly, you're only going to do 1 damage. I mean, Paul's not much better, but still. You know, I'm kind of curious how it decides which background to use, because I know it's based on the enemy, so in this case it's based on the Royal Petrified... No. It would actually have to be based on the Petrified Royal Guard, but... This isn't what we saw from him or from the Lethal Asp, now that I think about it. Is it, like, completely random? Huh. I mean, it's still appropriate for the area, mind you, but... So what do we have up here? Apparently we have some treasure, and some things that want to murder us. Alright, let's see. Paralysis again, because it is cheap and effective. Always a winning combination in my book. Though I do admit there was a time when I was younger that I would accuse things of being cheap, and I never really. It wasn't until much later that I actually kind of defined what I really meant by that, and I've come to the conclusion that essentially it was just something that I was using to mean anything that required little to no skill, but was quite effective. So what I would call that now is a foo strategy, a first order optimal strategy. Thank you, extra credits, for giving me that term, but it's an appropriate one. I mean, now I don't really find it quite as irritating as I used to, but it came up a lot back in the days of playing, say, Smash Brothers Melee, because that happened a lot when I was in high school. Franklin Badge to the rescue! Saving Paula from certain doom. There we go. And Pooh is not doing so well, so let's actually heal him up. Let's use you to heal up Pooh. Actually, no, we need him to bash away at this thing. Alright, well, Pooh, I guess you're on your own this time, but that's okay. You have water. You can heal yourself up, and I almost did the wrong thing there. Well, he only really needs life up alpha for this, I think. And here we go. So again, the backgrounds are kind of strange. This is really intriguing me. I mean, I'm sure if I talked to some of the PK hack people, they'd be able to tell me why it does this and how. But, I'm not sure off the top of my head. Hooray! Gaining a lot of things. Sweet deal. Let's open the casket. Ta-da! There's a bag of Dragonite inside. This takes it. Well, that's handy. You know what? Let's give these to Pooh. Because he doesn't have much else to do right now, so I'll have him use that as a way to conserve his PP at the next boss fight we come across. Seems like a good plan. Also, apparently I'm going to get my butt handed to me. This is going to get ugly. I'm thinking I may want to just run from this one. Oh, couldn't get away. Yeah, we may lose Paula here. This is not going to be pretty. Come on, get away, get away, get away, get away. Yes! And so they vanish from the face of the earth in a puff of logic. Or at least that's what I'm going to call it. Heal up! It is kind of interesting that it doesn't keep track of that outside of combat. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you could just wait there, so it's kind of a convenience thing, but it is kind of interesting to me, though, that that's where they don't do it. Yeah, so this one time we were exploring a pyramid without permission, and there were all these monsters to deal with, including a painting that coughed on me and gave me a cold. Okay, so I take back my previous statement. There's plenty of quirkiness to this. It's just not in the enemies themselves this time. Alright, looks like we have only one more way to go. Guardian Hieroglyph came after me again. Where's the hacking cough? 3, 2, 1. Or not. Ink is no match for me. I got a Pharaoh's Curse, whatever that means. You know what? I'm going to use that Pharaoh's Curse, because why not? I also have a Mummy Wrap. Let's use that first. And bash away. And Jeff, actually, why don't you hungry HP sucker him into submission? And Paula caught a cold again. Well, that's mildly annoying. Okay, if that... How did that do that much damage? That is ridiculous. I was not aware that it even had the capability to do that much damage. That's insane. Alright, let's see if I can get out of the way before this asp comes after us. Alright, I did. Excellent. Da-da-da! What do you mean they don't have conveyor belts in ancient tombs? I demand convenience. After all, I'm from the modern world. These fights are getting kind of tedious. Fortunately, I don't think there's a whole lot else for us to explore here. So, let's just go ahead and start burning some magic here to speed things up a little bit, shall we? Goods. Hungry HP Sucker. And PSI Thunder. Okay, apparently her luck isn't holding quite as well as I'd hoped, but that's alright. And pow, Shattered Man. And, okay, that's not quite what I hoped. Also, that's not quite what I hoped either. Whoops, that's not who I want to take out. I want to take out this guy first. And Pooh, heal up? Just so that you don't die horribly. Okay, that's not going to be good. That's not going to be... Oh, good. Oh, good. That is not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Oh. Don't scare me like that, game. I thought you were going to be a threat. Alright, let's see. Jeff, keep using the Hungry HP Sucker. And Pooh, since you're confused, why don't you just defend for a while? Hopefully that will keep him out of trouble. Of course, you know, now that I've said that, it won't be true, but that's okay. At least we got rid of the problematic one. Hungry HP Sucker and defend. come on, it was working before. Alright, there we go. Even through his blinding tears, Jeff managed to aim on target. Excellent. Wow, the EXP that I'm getting for these fights is actually incredibly high. I don't know if it's much higher compared to, like, previous stuff or not, but... Ta-da! There's a speed capsule inside. Ta-da! There's a couple of life noodles inside. Alright, let's see. Who has the lowest speed? Speed 21, 49, 22. Wow. You know, normally I would give it to Ness because he is in fact the slowest, but I'm going to give it to Jeff instead because, you know, Jeff is a little more fragile, so I would rather he get into his moves before the enemy. Alright, come on. Let's get you out of the way here. Well, it looks like we're still wandering our way through the pyramid here. So, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for this episode. So, join me next time when hopefully I won't be fighting everything and then some. Hope to see you then.